we start going over what we call transformational geometry. So that's geometry that's going to take a shape and transform it. And we're really just going to be moving our shape around. There are lots and lots of different transformational geometries. You can make things bigger or smaller as well. Today we're going to look at two ways to move that shape around. A couple vocabs before we get going. What we start with is called the pre-image, and that's denoted with a nice capital letter. So in this case, it's M. Our answer is called the image, and its little notation is the same letter M and then like apostrophe, a prime there. So the question that we start with, like the directions, the numbers in there, that's the pre-image. Our answer is called the image, and it's got that little notation with a prime on it. Now, the first type I'm going to go over are called translations. And a translation, kind of in like easier words, is a slide. So that's why I have a picture of a slide here. And for a lot of these, we're going to be able to work them both graphically and algebraically. So we're going to see kind of going back and forth between the two because, you know, not everybody learns math in the same way. So this arrow that I'm going to be giving you is called a slide arrow, or if you took trigonometry or physics, you might have called it a vector. So I'm going to give you a shape, so in this case it's a little boy, an arrow, and then you're going to draw what the answer should be, where it should be at. Just remember, the pre-image is what we start with and the image is our answer. That usually gets people a little bit. So for translations, think about our x and y axis. We can shift left and right, that's the x values. Left is negative, right is positive. We can shift up and down, those are the y values. Up is positive, down is negative. Not anything changed from when you first started with number lines way back when you yourself were in elementary school. So for this first problem here, I've given us a slide arrow. It tells me I want to figure out how x went to x prime, or the pre-image went to the image. So it looks like I go down to the right 2. So I'm using x and x prime to tell me that I need to go down 2 and to the right 2. They're not always the same. They just happen to be in this case. So now that I know my rule, I'm going to take that and apply it to this shape AB, because it said we need to find the image of AB. So I'm going to take A, I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 2. Order doesn't matter. You could go right then down. It doesn't matter. Down 2 to the right 2. And there is my image, or my answer. If we want to label those points, we can. You don't have to label the points. You also don't have to write out the rule unless you want to. That helps some people. It doesn't help others. But that is our answer right there. Just that little line right there. The actual drawing is my answer for this one. Now for this next one, instead of giving you the slide arrow, I give you the algebra terms over here. So this x minus 2, that's going to tell me that I need to go, since it's x, that's left and right. So I'm going left 2 because it was negative. And then y's are up and down is positive, so positive is up. So I'm going to take my shape over here. I'm going to go left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, order doesn't matter. Left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. Left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do it for each one of these kind of the vertices. Left 1, 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And I should have the same square shape here. Now I also could do this one algebraically, so if I didn't want to do the counting, I could look at it and I'll take this point D right here. I could plug in for x and y. So x is 2 and y is negative 2. So I'm going to plug those in and just do this simple computation. 2 minus 2 is 0. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So D is at 0, 2. And that's where it is. And I could really do it for all 4, but since I've drawn it out, we can see the answer. I think I'll just leave it at that. I do want to come back up here to the top and add one more little thing that I should have said. A lot of times students will get really confused by this slide arrow. This is not part of the answer. This just tells us the rule. So you find your rule from this and you actually move the AB. Don't move the rule. Sometimes I get people kind of do silly things trying to move this or make this into, like, connect them somehow to make a shape. They're really, I don't want to say unrelated because they obviously are in the same problem, but one tells us the rule and one is the thing we have to move. You don't need to combine them together in any way.